Hi, I'm John, the Twisted Cuber. Today I'm going to show you how to solve the Face Turning Octahedron, or FTO. Before we begin, I hope you hit the like, subscribe, and notification buttons. Let's begin. The FTO has three types of pieces. The corners, which are these pieces here. The edges, which are these pieces here. And the centers, which are these pieces here. Okay, let's scramble this up. Alright, the puzzle is now scrambled. First, we'll place the white corners. This will be intuitive, requiring no algorithms. Let's find a corner first. I will do this one here. And let's find a corner to match it up with. We have this one here, and we have the blue there, so we're going to match it up with that. Like so. So this is all set here, and these two colors are matched up. So let's get the third one. The third one is right there. So you can just swing that up right so, and we now have that matched up, and our white corners are now solved. Next we'll solve the other corners. Place the puzzle. So we have the purple part of the white corners facing us. We're going to be holding the puzzle like this, so we have purples here in the front. We have these two white corners here and have this white corner here facing the back. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be focusing on this layer here and specifically the gray part of these corners. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking to find the two gray colors on these corners. And what we're going to be doing is rotating the face until we have one of them with the gray on the front here and one on the back left. And what we're looking for is we're looking for having the gray on the right side like this. This is the case that we want. There are 4 cases total. I'll be going over each in turn, but I'll start with this one. So what you're going to do here is you're going to place the puzzle, hold it like this, and you're going to be performing this algorithm. And this is R, and this is L. R, L prime, R prime, L. And as you can see, the corners are now all solved. Now here we've got the same thing. We have our pieces in place like so in terms of these corners. And again, we're going to be looking at these corners here. And we're going to rotate them again so we have one in the front and one in the back left. And in this case, we have it where this is on the left, just to give you orientation. This would be the right, this is the left, and this one is on the left. So what we're going to do when you get that case is you simply rotate this face. So you have this one's now in the back right and this one's in the front, and perform that same algorithm. R, L prime, R prime, L. And we'll take another look, and we have one here on the right on the front and the right again on the back left, which is what we want. Leave these in their position and repeat the algorithm. R, L prime, R prime, L. And as you can see, all the corners are solved. Alright, and same thing, we have these corners solved. We're trying to solve these here. We take a look at this face, and in this case for the gray pieces we have them on the back left. It's actually now on the right, and on this, the front piece, it's on the left. So we're going to leave them as they are, and we're going to perform this algorithm. R, L prime, R prime, L, and rotate the pieces so we have our grays here and here, and we have them again on the right, which is what we want, and repeat the algorithm. R, L prime, R prime, L. And as you can see, all the corners are now solved. Okay, in this case, we have it where we have the front piece, the gray is on the right, and on the back left, it is on the left. So leave them where they are, position the puzzle like this, and perform the algorithm. R, L prime, R prime, L, and rotate the face. And what we have here now is we have both of them are on the left. So we're going to rotate the face. So this one is now in the front and this one's on the back right. Repeat the algorithm. R, L prime, R prime, L. And this one's now on the right, this one's now on the right, which is what we want. Leave them where they are, and repeat the algorithm. R, L prime, R prime, L. As you can see, all the corners are solved. Now we'll be solving the centers, starting with the white centers. And we'll take a look around, look for a center, and we have one right here. Now we're going to be doing, for the rest of the solvers, we're going to be doing a combination of slice moves along the middle layer and these two algorithms. There'll be some minor differences in strategy between the centers and the edges as we go along, but these are going to be the methods we'll be using. So for this here, just simply do a slice move, and that's now in place. And we're going to take a look, see where the other one is. We have one right here. Now in this case, we can't bring this up because we're just knocking the one we just put in out. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be placing the puzzle like this, and we're going to be performing one of these two algorithms that I have on the screen. And basically, when I'm going over this, I'll be verbalizing the algorithm the first couple times on each, and after that I'm just going to be saying clockwise or counterclockwise algorithm. So we can use either one, it doesn't matter which, and I'm going to do the counterclockwise algorithm for this. R prime, U, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, R, U prime. So that's been rotated from here to here, and now we can bring that piece up with the slice move. So now we have two of the three centers done, and let's find the other one. The other one is right here, and that can't go up because of where it is. It's not in line with these two to be able to go up to here. So what we're going to be doing now is I'm going to be moving this just to get into one of these two spots, and in this case I'm going to do the clockwise algorithm, and I'm going to place it over here. L, U, L prime, U, L, U, L prime, U. And I rotate it to there. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to place it up like this. And yes, I did knock that out, but that's okay. We'll be fixing that in a second. What we're going to be doing is we're going to perform the counterclockwise algorithm. That's going to move these two over, and the green piece will be here. And then when I undo the slice move, the white piece will come back in. R prime, U prime, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, R, U prime. Undo that slice move, and that came back in, and our white centers are now solved. Next we'll be solving the centers that are below the white layer. So the purple, the red, and the blue. Just these two centers on each. So we'll start with the purple since that's where I'm at the moment. And we have one of the pieces already there. So I'm going to leave it there for the moment. And I'm just going to look around to see if I can conveniently put in the purple piece. And we have that right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply bring this up with a slice move. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do the clockwise algorithm. That's going to get this out of the way. It'll rotate it out, bring the red in, and then I'll just undo the slice move. L, U, L prime, U, L, U, L prime, U. Undo the slice move. And this has not been impacted, and we have our two pieces here. So what we're going to do here is, since we have these here that are not in position, so I'm just simply going to hold it again like this, and I'm going to repeat the clockwise algorithm. L, U, L prime, U, L, U, L prime, U. And these centers are now solved. Rotate the puzzle. Going to look at the red. We have one red here. It's already in position. Look for another red that's conveniently located. And looks like this is probably going to be our best bet, but I'm going to have to rotate that to get it in a position to be placed. And I'm going to use the counterclockwise algorithm for this. R prime, U prime, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, R, U prime. It's now in position. And I'm going to perform a slice move. And what we're going to do here is I'm going to be doing the clockwise algorithm. I'm sorry, double checking. Yes, clockwise algorithm. And I've already done them a couple times, verbalizing it. Going forward, it's just going to be mentioning which algorithm it is. Okay, and that's in place. Undo the slice move, and these centers have now been placed. And now we have the blue, and let's see, it looks like we have both blues here, so that's fine. So I'm just going to perform the slice move like so, and I'm again going to be doing the clockwise algorithm. Okay, so that's in place, and just double checking which way I went with this. It was this one, so I'll do that slice move, and that's now in place. And let's see, we have our one here, and what I'm going to do here is, again, I'm going to do the slice move, knock that out for the moment, like so. We're then going to do the counterclockwise algorithm, which is going to move that from here to here, and when I do the slice move, the other blue will come back. Okay, undo our slice move, and the blue is now solved. Alright, let's take a look. So we have our purple, we have our red, and we have our blue. So these top portions of the centers on these faces are now solved. Now we're going to be completing the centers on each face by placing the ones that are on the bottom here. So let's take a look, see what we have. And we have the red here, so we're going to go with the red. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it up with the slice move like so. I'm going to then do a clockwise algorithm to put this piece over to here, undo the slice move, and that red will come back, completing all the centers on this face. Okay, that's now in place. Undo the slice move, and all the red centers have now been placed. Now we're going to do the blue, and let's see, the blue is on this one here. So again, we're going to place that. I'm just going to see how I want to work that. And I think what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to move one of the blues over, so I'm just going to do the clockwise algorithm. Okay, so now I'm going to see, where's that blue piece right there? I'm just going to perform the slice move like so. Okay, so that's in position. And I'm going to be doing the clockwise algorithm to bring the purple piece over, undo the slice move, the blue will come back. Just double checking. Sorry, counterclockwise algorithm. Clockwise would be that way. Counterclockwise. Okay, that's now in position. Undo the slice move. And all the blue centers are now in place. And also, so are all the purple, since I got the blue from the purple face. So these centers are now solved. Next, we're going to be solving the remaining centers. And that'll be the orange, the green, and the gray faces. We don't have to worry about yellow, because yellow always solves itself by the time you've finished up the ones that are adjacent to the white layer. Alright, so we have a couple on each, so we only have to place one of the centers in place. Don't always get this. Sometimes you're only going to get one. Sometimes you'll get the two. So let's see. I'm going to take a look. See how I want to swap this out. Okay, so I have a green here and an orange there. So I'm going to put the green in place, put the orange here, and I'll do a swap because I saw that the orange has the gray. So I'm going to need to move these so I can position them to be placed. So in this case, I'm going to do this with the clockwise algorithm. Okay, so that's in position to be placed. That's fine where it is for the moment. I'm going to perform my slice move, and I'm going to perform the counterclockwise algorithm to place this here. Okay, so that's positioned. Undo that slice move. And the centers on the green layer are now solved, and I've moved this down here. So next I'm going to swap out the orange with the gray. So I need to move that out of position. going to use the counterclockwise algorithm for that. Okay, so that's out of the way. And let's see, lost my spot, there we go. So I'm going to perform a slice move, like so. And then I'm going to perform the clockwise algorithm to place this here to here. When I do the slice move, that'll go into the gray layer, and the other orange will come back. Okay, I do the slice move, and all the centers in the orange layer are solved, and all the centers in the gray layer are now solved. Next, we're going to be solving the edges and completing the solve, and we'll be starting that with the white layer. Now, we're not going to be using slice moves anymore. We're just going to be using strategy and moving pieces around. And we're going to look for the white edges, and we have one right here. Now, if you end up having one already in here when you're working on the solve, depending on what you're doing and how the pieces are being placed, you may need to take that out temporarily so you can put them in their either correct location or in a way so you can rotate them and complete the solving on that. So I'm leaving this one here for the moment. I want to see how the other ones are located at the moment. And we have these two here. So based on what I'm seeing, sometimes you'll place them in. You don't need to then rotate everything into position. But from what I'm seeing here, it's looking like for the most part I'm just going to be placing them one at a time. So I'm going to hold the puzzle like this, and I'm going to be using the counterclockwise rotation to move that from here to here. And that piece has been placed. And I'm going to be doing the same with the white and blue, because that's right here. So again, I'm going to be using the counterclockwise algorithm to place that here. And that's now placed. So let's take a look. I'm going to have the white and purple here. So I'm just trying to see how that's going to go, because I want to do the same thing. And it's going to take a couple maneuvers to get it into place, it looks like. So we're doing the clockwise algorithm here. Now another way I can do this, and I might just do it that way because this might be a little easier, is I'm going to see how these position. I'm going to rotate this into here. I'm going to rotate these out of position, and I just want to see. No, actually, disregard that. I'm going to do what I was originally planning. I'm going to move this over here with the clockwise algorithm, like so. And okay, it's white and purple. All right, that's fine. Leave that where it is. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move all of these over clockwise. Just double checking because I might have these out of position. So I'm just doing a quick check of my strategy with this. Okay, so it's got to go counterclockwise. Let's go there. It's got to go clockwise there. All right, so these are going to go counterclockwise. So yes, it looks like I messed things up, but in actuality what's going to happen is once I move this here, I'm simply going to be then moving everything clockwise and everything will go back into position. Make sure I'm accurate with that. Yes, okay. Okay, so we have our pieces in place, and now what we're going to do is we're going to do the clockwise algorithm, and this is going to go here, that's going to go here, and that's going to go here, and the white layer will be solved. As you can see, the white layer is now solved, and what we're going to do now is we're going to turn the puzzle over and keeping yellow on top. And what we need to be doing is we need to be rotating pieces around that have or the faces where we have 3 edges to work with, as opposed to, say for example, blue where you only have 2, because one, less to maneuver, but also more importantly, you're going to mess up what you've already done. So the faces you're going to work with is going to be yellow, gray, and green, and you're kind of going to be using yellow as a bridge area sometimes to move them from one portion of the puzzle to the other, and we'll be solving the yellow layer last. So let's take a look around, and let's see, we have gray, blue there, we have gray, red there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start maneuvering these around so I can get them into the gray layer. And I'm just going to bring this one over here with a clockwise algorithm. Like so. And then from there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate the puzzle like this, and I'm going to rotate this over to here so it's in the gray layer. I'm going to use a counterclockwise algorithm for that. And that's right there. And I'm going to leave that there for the moment. Okay, so I have gray and red, that's over to here. So that's gray and blue. So gray and blue, good, red. Okay, I don't want to maneuver that in yet, so I'm just going to get that out of the way because I have to rotate that one over. So I'm going to, actually I'm going to leave that there for a second. I'm just going to rotate this over to here, and I'm going to be using the clockwise algorithm for that. So I'm going to be rotating this one here, the gray and red. Okay, so I now have these here. I just want to see what the best way is going to be to place these. Okay, counterclockwise. I think I want to put the gray red in first. So I'm going to rotate this over counterclockwise. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to place it here with the counterclockwise algorithm. Alright, so that's out of the way. I'm now going to move this into position with the clockwise algorithm. Like so. And then what I'm going to do here is, now that I have these into position, I'm going to do the counterclockwise algorithm. That'll place this one here and this one here. And that one's set and that one's set. And basically you don't have to worry about the yellow yet because we're going to be doing that at the end of the solve. Alright, so now we have green and orange to work with. Seeing what I have available, I have the green and red here. I have the green and purple there. So for that, I think they're out of position. No, okay, they're both good, so I can just do the clockwise algorithm and just finish that up. Okay, so these are now solved. Now we have orange, and for this I have to be a bit careful on. I have the orange and purple, so I'm probably just going to have to knock that out of position. So I'm just going to first get this out of the way. I'm going to use a counterclockwise algorithm for that. And then I'm going to move this one over to here. I'm going to use a clockwise algorithm for that. Okay. And let's see. That's purple. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to move this into position with the clockwise algorithm. And that's here. And then I'm going to move this over to here with the clockwise algorithm. Like so. And what's going to happen now is I'm going to do one more run of the clockwise algorithm with this. And that's going to go here to the purple, and that's going to go here to the blue. Like so. And these are now solved. So now all we have left is the yellow layer, and we just have to look, and basically what's going to happen is we're going to perform the counterclockwise algorithm. This is going to go here, this is going to go here, and this is going to go here, completing the solve. As you can see, the puzzle is now solved. And there you have it, a tutorial on how to solve the FTO. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. Until next time, have a great day.